Love family, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm taking time out of my busy day to put you on. Rabia. So listen family, I might get interrupted just a little bit because I'm downtown Baltimore. Yelling. Sure. Don't leave outside of this perimeter though. All right? So I'm downtown Baltimore trying to handle some business with the BB. Oh, you didn't. No, don't go outside of that perimeter. Okay. So I'm downtown Baltimore trying to handle some business. And just took some time out to let the children run around the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? My wife inside handling some business for our business that I was telling y'all about. And so I figure I'd take a time out to holler at y'all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I gotta remember the topic because I ain't used to just going live on the fly like this. But can you hear me? Press 1 if you can. Press 7 if you can hear me. We don't do ones over here. What's up, Shotty Waddy? So, at the end of the day, family, as I tried to eloquently put on my little post flyer, man, we got a 400-year identity crisis, family. 400 years identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, FBA is a dead issue. It's a done deal. But I've been receiving inquiries to saying, Grand Sheik, don't let it go. Grand Sheik, don't let it go. That's another thing. Nia say, love your shows challenging NOI. Family, I think I'm ready to challenge all religions at this point. And I'm a religious person. And I don't mind somebody challenging me in the Moorish Temple of America. I think I'm about to turn it all the way up, Nia. I think I'm about to turn it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is content. At the end of the day, we all can learn. At the end of the day, there's going to be somebody that get mad and feel like they're a casualty of information. But guess what? That makes it interesting. But let's deal with point one. I've been receiving inquiries about, I said, you know, I'm going to move on from the FBA thing. I'm going to move on from the Tariq Nasheed thing. And I got a joint inbox. Aline, I said don't do that. I'm on daddy duty too. My son want to throw rocks in the middle of in the middle of the city. So what I was going to say, people like, man, don't let it go, Grand Sheik. Don't let it go. They was like, don't let it go, Grand Sheik. Keep going on. Somebody hit me up, right? And I told him that I need to use that sound bite. He was like, man, you were the first one to show us his name was Marcus Thomas. You was the first one to highlight his mother-in-law. You was the first, man, he just started naming a plethora of talking points of what I brought out. You know what I'm saying? And so, he was like, man, you got to follow this one to the end. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you got to go with this one to the end. So I'm considering because we got more stuff going on right now within that construct. You got the 19 keys situation. You got, people that's falling off from the FBA. You got the swindle with the raising of this fake money for Hidden Color 6 is a AI generated movie, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, maybe I have to dig out some more research on that, but it's really up to you what you want to talk about, man. And I can do the research. I see we got some Trump supporters in here. One thing I don't like about Trump supporters is that Trump supporters will not go live with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to have conversations with myself a lot of times, you know. At the end of the day, if you came over here talking about Trump or you came over here talking about Democrats, I have enough critique for both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. You say you'll go live with me, email me. Email me at taharkabay@gmail.com and we can do a live tonight. I would love to hear what you have to say. Let me say this. Government is predicated upon the wishes of the people, the desires of the people. And in order for government to work fairly, the representatives of the people have to do what the people signed them up to do. And unfortunately for my Trump people, Trump hasn't did that. Trump has done what he wanted to do. Now, of course, everybody is going to say it's for the safety of the country, especially Trump supporters. But no, we know it's to secure the bag. Let's stop playing. It's to secure the bag of the oil. That's just what it is. But listen, I'm open to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to have a conversation about that. But it doesn't matter to me. Both sides have their objective to secure the bag. Both sides have this objective to secure the bag. So just because the Trump side, Republican side do it this way and the Democrat side do it that way, it means nothing to me. Both sides has the objective to secure the bag. You know what I mean? Does it benefit me? Hey, down the line, my gas may not be $10, but does it harm me? Of course it does. It harmed me in a tremendous way because when you look at history, all of the people that are targeted is people that are opposite of European descent. So that's how it harms me in a tremendous way. Now, if you're talking about that Iran got nuclear weapons, okay, Iran got nuclear weapons. You don't want them to have nuclear weapons. Well, guess what? Russia got nuclear weapons too. You ain't running up in there. So you pick and choose. You pick and choose who you want to have nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? Russia got nuclear weapons, and they have been a threat forever. China got nuclear weapons. They have been a threat forever. So you pick and choose. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Iran don't have them yet. You're right. Iran don't have them yet. Exactly. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, my politics is different. Look, the point is they don't want them to have them. So what? You know what I mean? So what if you don't want them to have them? You got bigger threats that already have them. So that's a silly straw man argument. They don't want them to have them. You have bigger threats, according to the government, you have bigger threats that already have them. So deal with the ones that already have them. No, you know you don't want to do that because you think you're struggling with Iran right now. You will be definitely struggling if you're going up against these big conglomerates of countries. But anyway, back to my other point. Yeah, I would love to have these conversations. Oh, that Shotty Waddy. My wife calling me. She coming out the building. I thought I was going to have it. Hey! All right, she coming over here. But at the end of the day, my bad. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm down here handling some business, family. But we as a people, as the title says, have had a 400-year identity crisis. I think we as a people should be focusing on why is it so paramount to beef about our different persuasive identities of choosing. I'm a Moorish American Muslim. Listen, I'm not asking every brother melanated to be, or sister that's melanated to become a Moorish American Muslim or to understand that they're Moorish American. I ain't even tripping off of that. I mean, I ain't even tripping off that. But what I'm tripping off is, how can we say that we are black, we are Moorish, we are Hebrew, we are this, that, and the other, right? And we fight amongst each other, but at the end of the day, when you go and get your food, you go and buy it from someone that don't look like you. You know what I mean? You go and buy it from someone that don't look. When you go get your car, you buy it from someone that don't look like you. When you go and get your clothing, you buy it from someone that don't look like you. But the moment that you talk about you FBA, you got a problem with someone that is Haitian. You got a problem, you got a problem with someone that's Jamaican. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it doesn't even make sense to go back and forth about identity. This is a 400-year conflict of identity crisis that wasn't created by us. And anybody that perpetuates that identity crisis, they are suspect amongst us. They are suspects amongst us because guess what? They will go and get Chinese food and greet the Chinese, greet the Korean. They don't have no problem with that. Man, we getting Chinese tonight. You know what I'm saying? But didn't have a problem with talking about that an African eat with their hands and this, that, and the third. So somebody said, what's the point? The point is that we as a people got bigger fish to release in this 400 years of identity crisis battle. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You want to be in the video too? Come on over here. Come get turned up. My wife got turned up on me earlier. Come get turned up.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too, honey. But don't come over here and rush me now. I'm talking to the Moorish World TV citizen. Somebody say, I bet you smoke cannabis. And in fact, I don't smoke, I don't drink. The closest thing that I do to anything is coffee. But I don't smoke, I don't drink. I don't use any mind-altering substance unless you consider caffeine a mind-altering Yeah, or sugar like that. Somebody say, you're the dude that got knocked out by Tariq. Well, no, he socked it to my pockets. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. He still owe me. He socked it to my pockets. Sock it to your pockets. Okay, honey, you want the key? I'm coming. They fine, honey. Here. I told them to play on the grass, though. Eileen, didn't I tell you don't do that? All right, get off my stand, bro. I'm talking to the people. I mean, all right, let me see. Tell me to read knock me out. He socked it to my pockets. Let me explain something to you. For the person that said that, man, I'm from an environment, right, that if a guy would come up on me right now, and I know that this guy has me surrounded with police, most likely I'm gonna get low. I mean, I'm like, go ahead. I'm gonna get low. There's cameras all around. I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in the setup. You know what I mean? But whatever, that's a whole nother conversation. But the point of this video is we need to get past this 400-year identity crisis and conflict. That's what we got to do. Let me see what someone say. Muslims do believe in Jesus and that he was a prophet, an environment you and your people created, by the way. What environment did we create? What environment did we create? Huh? What environment did we create? Did you change leaf? At the end of the day, you got to be more specific. I mean, if you want me to respond, if you want me to respond, you got to be more specific. Violence in single mother households. Now, that's propaganda. That's propaganda. At the end of the day, there's more European single mother households than our people. That's propaganda. There's more European criminals than our people. That's propaganda. There's more, and you can go look at the stats yourself. There's more Europeans, pale people on welfare than our people. That's all propaganda. All propaganda. When you do, exactly, I'm with my wife and my children right now. When you do the math, per capita, if you understand what per capita is, if you understand what per capita is, when you do the math per capita, Europeans outnumber us in a major difference by who gets welfare. By who gets welfare, homelessness, jailness. See, this is the problem. If you focus on Baltimore City, that is a city that is probably 85 to 90% melanated. People descended from the inhabitants of Africa. Then, of course, it's going to look like there's a big portion of people that look like me that is being locked up. And of course it's gonna look like that because majority of the city is people like me. But when you go up north, when you go to Maine, and when you go to states that is predominantly European, you have that same thing. Now, we are only 13% of the country. So when people are talking about the prison population in the industrial prison complex, they actually using numbers that they're not using. They're using numbers and demographics. They're not using the whole thing. So, and I would debate that. I would debate that. They're using demographic numbers, and then they put it out there. Then they put it out there as if this is the whole number. No, they're using demographic numbers. So in Baltimore, yes, we are leading in the prison demonstration. Yes, we are leading in the prison population. In DC, yes, we are leading in the prison population. And in any major city where we are predominantly the numbers, we are going to lead in the prison population. But that's anywhere. If you go to China, in certain areas, you're going to have the ghetto, you're going to have that in Europe, you're going to have that in all types of places. But wherever we're the predominant population, wherever we have the predominant population, then we're going to do crime against each other. We're going to, because we live amongst each other. And any people that live amongst each other, they will begin to commit crimes against each other, or they work against each other. That's just a common thing. I don't care where you go. Go up to Maine, go up to Vermont, go up to places like that, and you will see the same thing. It just takes on a different variable, a different group of people. We be this whole black on black crime stuff. That stuff is a myth. That stuff a myth. It's a total myth. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get some of these questions. What point are you trying to make? The point I'm trying to make is I'm going to get you off the channel now, at the end of the day, so let me get somebody out. Somebody say Moors, let me get him out here too. These are them Europeans right here. They bored today on their lunch. Somebody say Moors are Arabs, not black. Let me say this. When Europeans was describing all Africans as Moors, there was no such a thing as black. Black on crime is real. You can explain. Black on black crime is real. Can you explain more? So the black on black crime is this. Hold on. The black on black crime is this. If you are living in the same demographic with the same people, and if crime happens to the people that you are living around. Normally, if you're living in Baltimore City and it's 90% people of African descent, as they like to call African Americans, when crime happens, it's going to happen against the population that exists within the demographics. And they call that black on black crime. But if you go to Vermont, if you go to Maine, they're not going to call that white on white crime. That's what I mean by black on black crime is a myth. It's a psychological social experiment to make people believe that we are the criminals. When in fact, the true criminal is the one that stuck up the planet Earth without a pistol. They used the Bible and then came with the cannon. They used the Bible and then, pow, came with the cannon. So what I'm saying is, when we feed into this that we are criminals, then you can perpetuate it through rap music. Then you can perpetuate it through entertainment on TV, and people will live in that fantasy. They will begin to believe that they are criminals and that being a criminal is cool. You know what I mean? They be thinking a criminal is cool, when in fact, when you look at the mob, when you look at the New York mob, right? Of course that they was criminals, right? Of course they was criminals. But guess what they was doing in the midst of their criminality? They also own construction companies. They own garbage collection companies. They own this, that, and the third. Now imagine if the mob would have just did away with the criminality, did away with that, and just focused on business. They could have been the Elon Musk of their profession. So the objective is to teach people that they are what they are not, so they can act in the capacity, of that detrimental behavior that will destroy them at the end. Because the same energy that's put in to be a criminal, it can be put in to be the next Elon Musk. What makes you think you can't create your own electrical vehicle? What makes you think that you can't get, what makes you think? You know what I mean? What makes you think? So this is the whole thing in a nutshell. One of the things that keep us distracted is this 400-year identity crisis war amongst each other. And so when anybody comes in and they continue the wedge using identity, that should be a red flag. That should be a red flag. One of the main instruments of slavery to make it happen and to get it to go for so long was to separate the families. That was one of the main instruments. You mean tell me from the institution of slavery all the way up in today, they're using the same instrument and we're still falling for it? And we're still falling for it? That was the same instrument they used. They took the mother and put them over here. They put the children over here. They put the men over here. They used the same thing from the inception of slavery. Now you mean tell me that 400 years or how many other years later, they still using the same thing and we go for it? See, it's nothing wrong with the perpetrator. It's something wrong with the people that don't understand what's being perpetrated. You know what I mean? You feel me? People don't understand what's being perpetrated. When one comes amongst us with the same methodology that was used from the beginning, somebody should question them. Somebody should question them. The problem is that these people get all excited because now, they get this illusion that they got something of their own. I'm FBA. We built this country. You ain't built nothing of your own free will. You ain't built nothing of your own free will. You built whatever you built under duress. You ain't built nothing under your own free will. You see, even if slaves built this right here, they was forced to build it. Don't tell me that the slaves built this country. It wasn't under your own free will. What have we done under our own free will? Name something, I'll wait. What have we built under our own free will in this country during the time of slavery? I'll wait. So the thing is that we're fighting over ideologies that was given to us. We're fighting over ideologies that is given to us. These ideologies was given to us. That a person from Bahamas is different from a person from Haiti. That a person from Haiti is different from a person that was here on the shores of America. That these ideologies was given to us. You see what Trump doing right now? He calling in all the European troops. You see what he doing now? He got a problem with France, but guess what? Can France send some help? He got a problem with the UK. Can the UK send some help? He got a problem with other groups of people that's pale and of the European persuasion, but he asking them, can y'all send some help so we can secure the strait? That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. We as a people, we need to know how to secure the bag. We need to know how to secure the bag. Secure the bag before you start talking crazy. Secure the bag. See, Europeans know how to secure the bag. Whether right, wrong, or indifference, they go secure the bag. Listen, Bob. Bob, we have a problem in the Middle East. What do you think, Bob? Well, I'll send 1,000 troops. All right, we'll beef later, Bob. We'll beef later, Bob. And Bob and 1,000 troops go over there to secure the bag. You see what I'm saying? They go over there to secure the bag. And listen, at the end of the day, they secure it unlawfully. When you understand how this government, you know what I mean? Somebody say you got on jeans. I hope that ain't a man talking about I got on jeans. I'm gonna help you get out. If you worry about me got on jeans, you a cake. Get out of here, you sugared up fool. But anyway, back to my point. When you understand how the United States, when you understand how the United States is supposed to operate, you will understand that there's legal activity as it relates to even going into Iran. And listen, I benefit off this beautiful country that is called America. Guess what? I'm not really concerned about a bomb dropping on my head at this hour. But nevertheless, the law states clearly that there has to be an approval process to go to war. The law states clearly that it need to be signed off on. The law states clearly. So this is the problem that I have with crazy Moors. Moors talk all of these laws, right? But they don't see that the European never established themselves in law and maintain these laws only when it's up against you. That's what gets me about crazy Moors. Crazy Moors like, yeah, I self-law and master. Yeah, the Treaty of Verona and the treaty this and that. When have the United States government or any entity that represents thereof have established themselves in honoring treaties, laws, and the process of even going to war to this day? When? So at the end of the day, that's right. So at the end of the day, listen, I ain't here to speak the King's English for Mr. James, for Mr. Bobby, or Mr. Charlie. I'm speaking to a certain demographics that understand the language. See, this is what Europeans don't like. When we speak a language that we understand and they don't get it, oh, he can't speak English. Oh, he can't articulate himself. Now, we know what we're saying, Charlie. We know what we're saying, Charlie. And for the Europeans that understand what we're saying, for the Europeans understand what we're saying, they get it clearly. They know exactly what we're saying. Back to my point before I get out of here. Look, if we are going to change the dynamics, we're going to have to first start with our community, family. We're going to have to first start with our community. Like on this timeline right here, on this timeline right here, this really doesn't change nothing. Social media is no more than talk radio at this point. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is social media is not for social advancement. Now, if you happen to advance or connect with people that you can advance with, then well and fine. But in particular, social media is not for social advancement. Social media is for advertising and making money. That's what social media is about. Let me give you an example. So when you look at people like Whack 100, Unc 607, and other content creators like that, Charles, what's his name? Charleston White. When you look at people like that, Charleston White was the first to understand that obnoxiousness and being bizarre and saying outrageous things can draw a check. He was the first to understand that in a big way, See, before Charleston White, there was people that was just grifting, trying to sell you hope in a bottle. See, Charleston White, he sold you commentary. And then you had Unc 607 that came up. You know what I mean? Unc 607 came up, and you got many content creators that was actually looked like they was beefing and going to war. Act like they was beefing. Whack 100 beefing with this one beefing with that one, this one beefing with that one, this one beefing with this one beefing with that one. But if you look at them today, they all making content together because they understand that they need to feed the machine of the ignorant, and the ignorant will pay for it. The ignorant will pay for it. So what I'm saying is social media is not for social advancement. I mean, social media is not for social advancement. It's entertainment. Again, now, some way you may be able to be inspired to advance in a certain direction. You may be able to meet somebody that you want to assist or that you can assist, but it's not for social advancement. It's not what it's for. So even when you look at X or you look at Instagram, wherever you look at, you got to remember that it's all media. Media was created for advertising dollars. If you go research the history of media, media was not created to entertain you. It was created to distract you so they can ultimately sell you something. And today, it's selling you on an ideal. This is why nobody have to, people like Tariq Nasheed, he doesn't have to talk about his community. He don't have to go to his community and show you that he has a community. He don't have to talk to his neighbors and show that he's neighborly. All he got to do is come up here and say, FBA, we need to do this, we need to do that. He don't have to show a real life. All he got to do is give you a real ideal that you will fall for. That's all you got to do. He don't have to show you this stuff right here. He don't have to show you real life. All he got to do is paint a picture and people will buy it. That's social media. That's Hollywood. But if you really want social advancement, it starts right outside your door. And if you want to take a litmus test on people who actually are about social advancement, all you got to do is check their neighborhood. That's all you got to do. Listen, take Umar Johnson. You know how people can save money from Umar Johnson? All you got to do is go to his neighborhood and see what he's doing in his neighborhood. That's all you got to do. Umar say he's from Philly. What is he doing in Philly? Where does he live in Philly? And what has he constructed in Philly? That case closed. Case closed. If you ain't doing it outside your front door, there's no way that one should believe that you're going to do it on a big international scale. Case closed. You can shed all this, but listen, this is how Christianity has messed us up in many ways. In Christianity, we was taught that when we die, we're going to go to heaven. And we visualize this beautiful heaven when we die. We visualize these pearly gates. We visualize that we're going to be on these fluffy clouds. We visualize that it's going to be all sweet, no problems, everything good. Then we believe our parents teach us that Santa Claus is coming down a chimney that many of us do not even own a house with a chimney. I'm talking about my people, where I come from, right? Then we believe that bunnies is going to lay eggs in a few weeks. So all of this fantasy builds into a concept where someone can tell you a lie and you believe it. All of this fantasy. Everything from a child, we build our expectation around an ideal or a concept, right? The concept is the spookiness of what's yet to come. But when you start to thinking in your own mind and you become logical, you say, okay, you tell me this, but I ain't seen Santa Claus yet. You tell me this, but I ain't seen Jesus come back yet. Every 100-some years, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming. By all means, where is he? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, let me block this guy, because it ain't for you. At the end of the day, every building block that you have established your psyche on, your mentality on, every building block that you, let me get this person out here. Thank you for your view. Every building block that you have built your mentality on, right? It brings you to the summation. It brings you to the summation for what you will accept in life. So now anybody can come to you as a grown person. Anybody can come to you as a grown person and say, listen, I'm going to build this big campus of a school for little boys. But you never seen them teach little boys. I'm going to build this big, humongous campus to save our boys. But you never seen them save a boy. I'm going to build this big, humongous campus, and our boy's going to have a chance. But you never see him in his neighborhood interfacing with little boys to give them a chance. But guess what? A sucker is born every day. A sucker is born every day. The same difference with when we talk about Tariq Nasheed. What in the heavens earth will make a person think that this guy lives in a gated community that hardly comes outside of that gated community unless he's promoting an event that is going to benefit him, not everybody? What in the world how do people come to the idea that this is FBA is about some form of social advancement? That is going to benefit us. If you remember, FBA initially was about reparations. Not one person put in a bill for reparations. Not one person organized a panel for reparations. And when I'm talking about a panel, I'm talking about people that is educated in the legalese or legalities of reparations. I'm talking about people that are educated in the realities of the legalities of getting that bag of compensation. When I sued Tariq Nasheed, he didn't hesitate to get the biggest law firms he could find. I mean, he didn't hesitate to get the biggest law firm he could find. So you mean tell me that he can invest in the biggest law firms to try to pay me off so he don't get exposed as who he was and who he is? But he didn't put anything into the pot to make sure that FBAs are walking one step closer to reparations besides talk. But guess what? People still buy into it. And then all you got to do is see what they're doing outside their door. What has any of these people done in their community as it relates to reparations? So this 400-year, however long year war of racial identity that caused us to beef, man, that's goofy. That's goofy. I mean, that's goofy. That's goofy. Now, back to my point. While people are being distracted It's a group, a cluster of people. There's a cluster of people that's being distracted with this reparation conversation, right? There's a couple of people that's being distracted, only a couple, you know what I mean? Being distracted with this reparation conversation. But do you know that while Trump is talking about that he's dominating Iran, on Iran news, that they're fitting to turn up just a little bit more? Huh? Did you know that while Trump is putting out propaganda about Iran, that Iran is sitting up there like beating their chest like, let's get it, let's get it. While he talking about we in negotiations, Iran talking about, that's what you think, that's what you think. Do you know that? Do you know what that means? I mean, do you know what that means? That means that while all of the other propaganda that was going on for the past 10 years, Iran was positioning itself. Iran was positioning itself. This is why Iran has unlimited resources as it relates to drones, where they are fighting back with drones and not losing a man. They're not losing many people. But now you hear the reports, and it's hard to differentiate AI from reality. But I watch news from both sides, because guess what? If Iran has been preparing for the last 10, 15 years, what make you think that Iran don't have people right in the United States? What make you think that? I mean, what make you think? If they was prepared for the greatest military on the planet, and the greatest military on the planet is struggling, you don't think they got other military tactics? And you sitting on the internet donating for a dumb movie? You sitting on the internet donating for an AI movie? What you should be doing is you should be going to the dollar store, Dollar Tree. You should be buying dollar pots, and you should be ordering all the seeds you can. And you should plant these seeds in these pots. And then you should make sure that these pots are secured, because you never know when you got to eat from the ground. You never know. You should be getting all them toxins out of your body. You see what I'm saying? Because the moment that you can't eat meat, all of the steroids, all of the poison that they use to manufacture and build this meat, it's gonna break you down. You ain't gonna have no strength. You're gonna be dizzy. Yeah, it's all good now. It's all good now. It's all good now. But that's what you should be thinking about. We too. Yeah, Moorish World TV. Moorish World TV. Says, so. You want to tell him? You want to tell him? He said, but listen, real quick. Look. Listen, yeah, dollar store is $1.25 now. But this is what we should doing. Listen to this. If you live out in a rural area, my wife just gave a class on how to look at the ground and find out what is edible. She just gave a class for little children just yesterday. You see what I'm saying? Just yesterday. So this is what we should be thinking about. We have gotten too comfortable. Because at any given moment, I'm in Baltimore, right? I mean, he said, get off my lawn. That must be American citizen. Get off my lawn. I'm in Baltimore, right? And Baltimore is close to D.C. D.C. is close to, here I come, honey. Come tell them about you plant the seeds. Come on over here. My wife called me there. All right, 5 minutes. All right, yeah, I'll meet you home. I got to finish this. I'm in a deep thought. My wife trying to rush me off. Come here, honey. All right, here I come. I don't have the key. You got the key. You better have the key. It's in the car then. Here I come. Look. My wife trying to rush me off here, man. Listen, This is the beautiful City Hall, Baltimore City. Shout out to Mayor Brandon Scott. He's amazing mayor. I mean, he said his wife wasn't divorced. No, my wife wasn't gonna. They say you want a divorce, honey. Listen. So let me finish. She gonna be mad at me, but I gotta keep it going for a second. She gonna be mad at me, but I gotta keep it going for a second. Do you see it? Look, she gonna be mad at me, but I gotta keep it going for a second. The point that I'm making is we have gotten too comfortable. Somebody said, could we be attacked by drones in our homeland? Let me explain this to you. When a person is prepared, as Iran is prepared, as we see, when people have sleeper cells is, what's up, brother? Huh? Hold up, brother, you creeping up on me. What's your name? Nah, you good. Huh? Wow, you do social media? Wow. Yeah, I got about 40,000. Yeah. 30 something for, huh? Nah, ain't no money on social media no more. That day is gone. That day is gone. You got to do it for the love. I mean, the point. Let me finish my statement real quick. I mean, you got a channel?
Yeah, I only be active. I only be posting shorts. I don't really post videos.
Nah, man, you got to go with videos, brother. Now listen. At the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, is what I'm saying is this. When you have a nation that has prepared themselves as Iran have, and clearly Iran is prepared. Clearly they are prepared. When you have a nation like that, part of the preparation is to be inside, because the best way a cancer destroys a body is not from the outside in, but from the inside out. The United States understand that. They got people on the ground in Iran, I'm sure. But the whole thing about a person that don't have the military might or the leverage, then they have to use their wits. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have cells here that do have access to certain drones to do things that we witnessed that's going on in Iran. So my point to you is, you should be prepared. My point to you is, you shouldn't be sleeping and acting like nothing is happening when everything is happening right under your nose, and it could be on your front step at any moment. That's all I'm saying. It could be at your front step at any moment, because a country like Iran, listen, remember, the United States ran in Afghanistan, woo. The United States ran in Iraq, woo. The United States ran and defended Kuwait. Woo. It was a breeze. This is not a breeze. This is not a breeze. So what I'm telling you is that because it's not a breeze, you should be making sure that you got everything prepared for your survival. And listen. I don't believe in the boogeyman, nor am I trying to scare you into walking and living in some type of fear. But what I'm telling you is that if you think the grocery store is going to be the place where you are able to take care of yourself indefinitely, you're crazy. If you think that the water coming out your faucet is the water that's going to sustain you indefinitely, you're crazy. We see what happened in Michigan about water. We see what happened in Michigan. Today in Michigan, they still ain't got clean water. They still ain't got clean water. They still drinking out of bottled water. You feel what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is, while we are getting caught up in all of this social media fiasco, while we are getting caught up in all of this, support this fake social media or social advancement card, listen, your family is the nucleus of your survival. Your family is the nucleus of your survival. If your wife can only cook ramen noodles, you got a problem. If your wife don't know a dandelion from a weed that's a weed that you can't eat and a weed that you can eat, you got a problem. You got a problem. Everything that the universal creator give us is right under our feet. Everything. But you have been so manipulated and fooled that you can't even identify that what is good for you that you walking on every day. But let it get real. Let it get real. Let it get real. Many people ain't gonna make it. Let it get real. You really depend on bottled water? Huh? Listen, at the end of the day, we at the mercy of someone else to produce for us. You don't even know what's in your water. You don't even know. All you do is go buy the water and think it's all good. What I'm telling you is that what we need to do is start concentrating on how do we get back to our original state. What's that original state? Well, we know how to check water to make sure the water is official. How do we do that? Guess what? There's plenty techniques. There's plenty techniques that you can Google right now. To know if you're drinking some water that's going to kill you or you drinking some water that's going to sustain you. Listening to some yaki. You shouldn't drink water. No one should drink water. Listen to yaki. You listen to yaki? That guy yaki? The brother looked like he 1 foot on the grave and 1 foot in the banana peel. And people listening to yaki? Do your own research. Because at the end of the day, you can die a slow death by being ignorant, or you can die a fast death of being ignorant. But if you want to survive, you are in charge of your own survival. You are in charge of your own survival. So all of this back and forth foolishness, listen, all of this back and forth about FBA, more, and black this, and African American that, African American this, African American black this, and more this, and Hebrew that, and this, that, the Bible that, the Quran this, and man, listen. At the end of the day, the God of all those religions have given you superior intelligence. The God of all those religions ain't giving you nothing until you use what you got. The God of those religions have given you superior intelligence in your DNA. You have been created with God intelligence. And if you don't use your God intelligence, don't be praying to God for nothing. You've been already created with the answer. You've been created with the answer. It's just we don't tap into the answer. The answer is in you. You're waiting on a savior, that's in you. You're waiting on a Mati, that's in you. You already been created with it. When the universal creator created us all, he created in our DNA a divine seed of intelligence. The problem is that we do not tap into that divine seed with us. We tap into those emotional strings. We tap into emotional strings. How we feel today. I ain't feeling you. You ain't got to feel me, but do you understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to like me, but do you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's the problem. We always worrying about feeling somebody. Well, guess what? You're going to be feeling until the feeling is gone, but the truth will still remain. The truth will still remain. And guess what? All the signs are there. It's game over. You know what I mean? It's game over. But it's game over for the beginning of the end and then back to the beginning again. And those who will be on the other side, will be those who think like what I'm talking about right now. Those are the ones that's going to be on the other side, that are proactive, that can look at something and say, hold up, that don't look right. Let's get low. Hold up. Why is this saying this over here in Iran, and why is this saying this over here in the United States? Hold up. Something ain't working, something ain't right. Y'all need to go look at Iran news, you know what I'm saying, and compare it with what you're hearing in the United States. See, that's the thing about social media that we can use for our benefit. The thing we can use for our benefit in social media, that we have access to a worldwide perspective. And so when you get caught up into a box of a United States perspective, or you getting caught up into a box of a Tariq Nasheed perspective, if you get caught up into a box of an ADOS perspective, you get stuck. You need a worldview today. Because while one is talking one thing over here, it might be about to go down. It might about to go down. So you need a worldview. Go Google today, Iran news. Go Google Iran news. That's all you got to do. Go Google Iran news. And if you don't have an interpreter, get an interpreter app on your phone, and guess what? Interpret it for you. And see the difference. And see the difference between what they're talking about as we're talking about in the United States. See the difference. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because if you got children, right? If you got children and you want to see your children, if you want to see your children grow up, then you better be proactive. I mean, if you got a family and friends that you want to see in the future, smiles on their face, you better be proactive. That's all this is about. This is about being proactive. The game is over. We can laugh and joke. We can laugh and joke. We can do the research and expose this and expose that. But guess what? One thing about a person that's working for them people to keep the division going, one thing about that is they never gonna stop. It's just like you stopping going to work. So when you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, right? So when you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, I'm out. Let me get my wife. Somebody said, don't forget your wife. All right, let me wrap this up. So look, I'm coming. So when I come, so look, hold up, let me wrap it up. So when you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, right? Let me get my stand. I'm gonna tell her don't yell at me when I'm getting the car. Hey, Crip, I'm gonna tell her don't yell at me. Hold up. So look, when you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, right? When you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, drink some water, you out of breath. I'm not out of breath. Listen, when you're talking about a Tariq Nasheed, or you're talking about a person that's getting paid by a system, right? It's just like your job. It's just like your job. You're not going to stop going to work just because somebody don't like your job. You know what I mean? And so the people that's working for the peoples, they're not going to stop just because you don't like what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't like what they're doing. They're always going to do what they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And that's called preparation. I got to get ready to go. Hold on. Oh. Y'all get me in trouble. Hold up. All right, here I come. Don't you turn up. I got my people right here. Let me make sure she don't turn up. All right, family, I'm gonna close this out. Don't y'all turn up. Hold up. Y'all wanna say peace to the family?
Hey.
Say peace?
Thanks.
You wanna say peace to the family?
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Come on, Liam, I gotta go. So yeah, family, take care of your family, take care of yourself, take my advice, prepare yourself. As I said, I wish I would have had my wife. This was on the fly, but I wish I could have had my wife out there to talk about her class yesterday where she was showing children how to find what you can eat under your feet. I think I'm gonna start a series. How you can eat what's under your feet. But family, peace and love. I may be live tonight, but I definitely will be live tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. If you enjoyed the live, please continue to share, like, and I will continue to do these. But if you don't share, like, or make a comment, it really doesn't make a sense for me to be yelled at because we haven't eaten lunch yet. You know what I mean? And I'm up here talking. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. You know what I mean?
Aline, put them wrappers in that bag like I asked you.
All right, so I gotta get ready to go before I get in trouble.
Put them back in the bag. Put them in the bag.
Yeah, I gotta go before I get in trouble. Hey, listen, and guess what? I was entertaining and teaching everybody that was sitting around listening. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Everybody was getting a lesson today. You know what I mean? Everyone was getting a lesson today. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, that's right. So, I appreciate y'all, family. I'm just waiting for the cars to go so I can pull out. Honey, where we gonna eat? I'm live too, so don't show off. Where you wanna go eat?
Burger King.
Nobody eat no Burger King.
Dad, we always eat Burger King.
You eat meat now, Naleen?
Okay, Dad, Burger King has no meat.
Burger King has no meat. You eat meat now?
Dad,
You want the impossible.
Dad,
The poison impossible.
Dad, you said
No,
Impossible Whoppers are
they're meatless,
bad burger.
they are bad burgers. I told you that. But anyway, let me see what my wife wants. That's right. Anyway, family, the devil loves Burger King. Somebody said the devil loves Burger King, Aline.
Oh, come on! Okay, that's just crazy. You know you love burgers.
Somebody say eat salad at Wendy's. That's right.
Okay, next thing you know, they're gonna say. Next thing you know, they're gonna say, eat a Happy Meal. Eat a Happy Meal at McDonald's.
My son said next thing you know, somebody gonna say eat a Happy Meal at McDonald's. And you know that's a no-go. But anyway, peace and love, family. I see y'all on the other side. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And like I said, I would like to do this more often. So the litmus test is to see if y'all enjoy it and if y'all, tune in. And if y'all tune in, we're going to keep it going. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace and love.